Welcome back to Wizardry 7. In today's session, we are going to walk right into an ambush, but not until after we have buffed ourselves with casting Enchanted Blade. That it gives us a bonus with our 2-hit rolls to make attacks against our enemies. The forest grows thick along the roadway here, a perfect place for ambush. And there we go, 18 ratkins. They sure don't make them small. All right, Angie, fight, Blythe. Let's use that. Fairy Dust would sleep them. Devil Dust would cast Whirlwind and damage them. Let's do that. Connie, you're already hidden. You fight. Deirdre, please put them to sleep with your loot. Edith, we're going to need a bless to increase our armor class and our 2-hit rolls. Fran, let's go big with a level 2 magic missile. Oh, that was a good start. Slept 5 of those 9. That's helpful. Well, that does a good amount of damage. All right, what's the fight look like now that we've had one round? Okay, well, Angie, Blythe, you finished those ratkins. Connie, hide, please. Deirdre, you can hide now. Edith, please heal Blythe. Fran, let's fireball and wake up all the ones that we just put to sleep last round. No running away from this fight, Ratkin. Oh, the Ratkin bandit there is a real slippery fella. Okay, we'll trust Angie to finish him off this round, though. Okay, Deirdre, let's put him to sleep again. Edith, please heal Angie this round. And Fran, I guess we'll Energy Blast to try to kill one of them. Or at least severely wound it. Let someone else finish it off. Angie looks like she could use a little more healing. Fran, let's go big. I'm pretty darn sure we're going to have at least one of our characters level up after this fight here. If it's the fighters, that's two of them. I don't know that we'll have quite enough yet to get Edith to level up. She needed a few hundred experience points more than the fighters did. My goodness, our blades have gone cold there. Alright, and that finished it up. A mighty 1,500 experience points. And we found a sword and some bullets and potions. Well. Let's give that to Blythe so she can look over it and try and identify what it is. And here we go with our level up. Now both of our fighters have more than enough points for their next class. Wow, she got a 19 strength. Awesome. I didn't know you could get more than an 18 strength with level ups. And now she's a veritable sword master with 50-some points in swords. And now she's a halfway decent mapper. We'll take a look at our map after this and see how it has improved now that she hit that break point. Blythe, what can you do? No, it's no 19 strength, but again, we don't need any more increases here. The thing about increasing a character's stats here is that when they class change, all the stats go back to the minimum they need to be for that class. So we'll kind of lose all these increases, but we get to be a new class and learn new skills and new spells with them. So there's an advantage and a drawback to changing classes. Okay, let's take a look here. Oh wow, Edith almost got a level up. Next fight for sure for her. And then our Bard and Mage are quite a ways off still. Alright, Blythe, can you identify any of these things? Ooh, yes, she can. Basilard. We are going to give that to Connie and make that her offhand weapon. Bullets, razor stones. Deirdre's got some razor stones already. And a heat bomb. Ooh, that casts a fireball when used. We will give that to you, Edith, just so you've got powerful attack ability there. You know what? We'll also give you the cherry bomb. Fran still has the magic missiles. I don't know that Angie's going to do anything other than attack. Same with Blythe. I do have these dusts in her possession. Yeah, I'll just give that cherry bomb to Angie just in case she has an opportunity to do something different than attack. Let's save after that fight and rest up. All right. Yes, I was going to show you what the map looks like now. Here we go. We now see walls and barriers. So It's very good that we got 10 points in mapping before we get into the city here, because there's all kinds of things to see. Now, remember how we got that piece of parchment in the dungeon that said if you don't want to lose it, cover it with palooks? That is what you're supposed to mention to these guards here. An ominous figure suddenly appears before you. And for the longest time, when I first played this game, I did not know what the heck to do here. Halt! By order of the Imperial Legions of the Savant Empire, access to New City is restricted. What business have you in New City? And I had no clue what to do. So I'll just show you what happens if you don't give them the correct correct input. And let's just say something like, I don't know, grocery shopping. Just looking for some bananas. New City is restricted. Do not attempt entry. And the trooper leaves. But, you want to get into New City, so you go in anyway. And you face a Savant trooper and 4 Savant guards. Which, you know what, we're just gonna do this for funsies. Probably going to get our butts kicked severely here, but let's give it a shot. Maybe we'll get some extra XP. You're supposed to tell them palooks, and when you give them the keyword of palooks, they say, okay, you can enter, and you defuse the whole situation. Let's at least use Iron Skin on Angie. I don't think we can put these things to sleep. They're semi-robotic in nature. Okay, give us a big, strong blessing. Fran, new magic missile, those things. I mean, heck, if we can get a few 100 XP here, why not? Let's see, we just got Blythe paralyzed. That's the kind of thing that quickly does a number on you. She was going to use the dust that whirlwinded those guards. Now, without being able to whirlwind the guards, they're all going to get to attack us and put a beat down on us. And us with no ability to cure paralysis either. Doesn't look good. We'll have to hope Connie can hide and not take a wound. Gonna heat bomb those guards. Try and get rid of them. And Fran, let's cast your biggest, strongest frost against that trooper. I believe it's the trooper who has the rod that paralyzes. Yep, he's got the stun rod. That fireball potion didn't do a lot, but it did something. Connie, from your hidden position, please unleash heck on that guy. Deirdre, let's have you Iron Skin up on Connie, because she's going to be revealed very soon. Edith, please throw another bomb. We need more fireballs out there. Fran, biggest fire blast against it, please. Oh, wow. 24 points and she's still up. Oh, Dirter died. You know, I honestly think we might have been able to do this fight if Blythe wasn't paralyzed right off the bat. So I am going to just give it one more try. Just because I want those sweet, sweet experience points. That's the kind of business I've got. And this time I'm actually going to give ourselves an enchanted blade off the bat. I'm not going to save it here because if I don't win this fight, we'll just go back and do it the normal way. Oh, one less guard to deal with. That's nice. And I think I will just focus my efforts on taking down those guards ASAP, just so we have less damage incoming. But Fran, you are gonna unleash heck on the trooper. Well, and you got paralyzed. Wow, what have you guys got against Fran all the way there in the back row? Let's hope that heat bomb gives us a... Oh, come on, guys. She's in the back row. Well, I did say I was only going to give it one more attempt, so... We'll do it the way we should have from the get-go. Don't worry, we'll get to fight troopers and guards in the near future anyway. And when you give him the correct keyword, he says, "Destination confirmed. You may pass." And now here we are in gorgeous, gorgeous New City. There is a cold dullness to the town of New City. As you pause and listen to the howl of the wind whistling through the alleyways of the city, you can almost hear the faint whispers from behind the drawn, shuttered windows, and the clatter of footsteps underneath the rustle of scattering leaves. As if some dark cloud had descended upon the place, choking from it the sparkle of life, that perhaps it once possessed. Well, we are just going to have a walk around town to map the place out. We'll go looking for trouble, have some fights to level up Edith and Deirdre and Fran. I think by the time we are through with New City, everyone's going to be for sure 5th level, maybe 6th. We might even have Connie be 7th level, but we'll find out. Let's go into this building. Huh. I was expecting to face some opposition there. Sign on the door says Teresius's house, property of the Terang Empire, entry strictly forbidden. As opposed to all that unstrictly forbidden entry. I don't know. The Conqueror Inn and Tavern. I'm not going to go into the Conqueror Inn and Tavern just yet. And another abandoned building. Just taking every square around here to fill in our map. Encounter. Just some randomly passing by Savant guards. Well, Blythe, throw a whirlwind into their midst if you would. You two hide. Ooh, stamina drain. Hey, good job. Whirlwind took out one of them. Ooh, but the Bless did not successfully cast. Yeah, let's go back to the well and do this one more time. Actually, let's try the Mind Sticks. I don't want to necessarily use up that whirlwind dust. All right, Deirdre, let's cast an Iron Skin on Blythe. Give her some more protection. Edith, would you please throw a Fireball Bomb? Fran, just nuke them down. Ooh, good one, Connie. Hey, there's a nice throw. All right. Well, the tide certainly looks to be turning in our favor here. good chunk of experience points there. Wow, that was enough to get up a level for them, the mage and bard. Oh gosh, Deirdre got 1 point of intelligence. She needs 2 points of vitality though. So the next 4 level ups she needs to get 2 points of vitality. I guess I'll start watching her closely there. Our swimming is where we need it to be. So let's put a few points there and just a touch into climbing. No, we'll have time to level up climbing before we need to start putting points in there. Put into some skills she uses more often. Mythology, so she can better know what's kicking our butts. Next, we should have Edith leveling up. She is going to need a point of strength, 1 of dexterity, and 2 of speed. So, got her speed. So now she needs 1 strength, 1 dexterity, and 1 speed. Which ought to be plenty doable in the next 4 levels. Oh wow, and gobs of theology. She's going to be able to learn level 3 spells now. Fire shield, helpful, but not what we'd want just now. Armor plate is another big buff that we can cast on the party out of combat. I think we might go with Cure Lesser Condition. Let's see what else we have available. Ooh, Magic Screen, also another buff we can cast on ourselves. Ooh, Cure Paralysis. Man, they're really giving us all the good spells. Hard to pick from. Or Silence. Silence does have a chance of shutting down an enemy caster. Oh boy. Cure Lesser Condition, that can cure blindness, irritation, nausea, and fear. It's either going to be Cure Lesser Condition or Cure Paralysis. Cure Paralysis can really shut you down in a combat, but so could a blind. Well, I'll just pick Cure Lesser Condition this level, and we'll live with that. Okay, Mage, what did you give us? You'll need some speed still, I know. She's got a point of strength. It's int. Well, you did need that point of strength. You'll still need 3 points of speed in the next 4 levels, so I anticipate we are going to have some save scumming in our next few fights. You were already learning level 3 thaumaturgy spells. Let's see what else is available for you now. Let's see, we have Fire, Shield, and Blink. Decent spells, but let's look what else you've got available. Missile Shield is also very helpful against certain enemies. Air Pocket protects you against breath weapons. Shrill Sound, that is an AoE damage. Awaken, not very useful. I think we've talked about all of these previously. Armor Shield, Knock Knock, Whipping Rocks, Web. Well, let's go with the Shrill Sound, just because that is another AoE damaging spell, and that'll get her on the board with air magic. Yeah, we'll go with that. Okay, all healed up. Ready to proceed on. The new city library, a vivid red emblem, has been attached to the door, the significance of which is not clear. Well, if you go around the city a couple times, you'll see all kinds of red emblems on doors. And you will quickly find out that a red emblem on a door means there are savant guards inside. There was no red emblem on this door, but good lord, there are savant guards inside here. Let's use what we've got. Actually, let's use it on a group with 5 members in it. Wait, let's go back up here to Angie. Use the cherry bomb on the party of 5. Blythe, use your devil dust on that party of 5. Connie, did I give you any bomb things? No, I did not. You hide. Deirdre, please give iron skin to Blythe. I just realized that she's missing a few hit points. Edith, give us a bless. Ooh, she can go level 5 bless. Yeah, let's roll with that. Hopefully she can successfully cast it. Fran, you please give us a level, she can do level 2 fireballs. Oh gosh, let's do it against the party of 5 down there. Nope, not magic missiles. Fireballs. Whew, let's see how we do. We always saved the game, so worst comes to worst, we just reload. Cherry bomb, strangely ineffective. Maybe these guys just don't take much fire damage to begin with. Wow, and Deirdre's got her rear slapped there. At least the bless spell went off. Okay, Angie. Let's try using your cherry bomb again and see if it can do better. Blythe, you have got mind sticks. Actually, just attack that group there. Connie, what did you have, if anything? Right, nothing. Fight that group. Some of them should be wounded. Deirdre, you're very wounded. Hide. Edith, heal the very wounded Deirdre. Fran, give a magic missile against that party and try to take them down. Fireball clipped a few of them. Okay, there we go. One down. I mean, I knew this was going to be a difficult fight from the get-go. But I did not correctly estimate their resistance to my magical items here. I mean, that's a nice use of your cherry bomb there, Angie, but Deirdre did die. I think we're going to be reloading this game after a quick termination. So after all that effort, we did take out 8 of the savant guards, but Deirdre's loss there is just not acceptable. Okay, let's see what the random number generator throws us at us this time, but first let's heal Blythe and cast an enchanted blade on us. before we go into this fight. Alright, what a surprise! An encounter with Gorn Spearmen. Okay, totally different type of enemy. I think Gorn Spearmen are pretty much a melee based enemy, so we're just gonna hit them ourselves. Deirdre put some to sleep. A smaller bless to help us out here. Fran, kill with metal missiles. This type of enemy is much more our speed. Ooh, nice. Got 3 enemies in that cast. 2 others were injured. Makes the rest of our team's work a lot easier. All right, 1 left and he is sleeping. Deirdre hide. Edith, I guess just cast a small heal on Fran and you can rest, Fran. Some nice XP and some gold. Connie is 3,500 away from leveling up. 5158 for the fighters. 9,158 for the bard and mage. And Edith at 6758. All right. We'll save after successfully breaking and entering. Although I suppose not breaking and entering. Just entering. Here in the library. Cautiously, we look around, wary of the foreboding emblem which marked the front of the library door. The interior of the library is quite dusty and cluttered, being filled with shelves of books and old scrolls. It would require days to search through them all, and even then it is unlikely that anything here would be of much use. For some reason, you turn and cast a glance sideways toward the north end of the room, and there, perched slightly apart from the volumes around it, you spy a dark red book. But suddenly you are startled by the gaunt figure of one of the ghoulish savant guards, unearthly still, uncannily poised in the corner beside the shelf on which the book rests. Ready to jump into action, yet still frozen where you stand, before you can react, your senses tell you there is something peculiar about the situation. Within the heartbeat of the next moment, you can see that the dreaded guardian is not reacting, nor making motions of any kind. Whether it is entranced, or dead, or asleep, you cannot tell. Perhaps there is some secret power or weakness to which it has succumbed. Whatever has affected it, you start breathing again and find that it is totally oblivious to your presence. Well, let's see if we can do something about that. Silently cursing yourselves as fools, you carefully approach the dormant savant guard. Sure enough, it seems to be deactivated in some fashion. And there on the shelf before you, the dark red book beckons. The wise thing to do is walk away nonchalantly. The absolute worst thing to do would be to attack the dormant guard and definitely get into a fight. Let's try to circumspectly take the book over its sleeping form. Connie, you're the thief. You do it. Deftly, you sneak the book from the shelf. Not even a breeze. The savant guardian remains in its somnolent state. We found a book. Let's save here and read our book. Ooh, actually, let's identify the book. Failure to identify the book. Well, I guess we can't even judge it by its cover. Reading our book, The Witch's Tale. Once upon a time, there was a goodly witch by the name of Helinda, who was very powerful and beautiful. She lived high up on a mountain top and ruled all the lands below her as far as the eye could see. Being a fair and just witch, she was provider and benefactor to all the animals dwelling within her domain, and often appeared to passing strangers in times of need. She had been born of parents who also were witches, and had inherited the power to foretell the future, a very rare and special gift, even for a witch. But coming from a family of witches, she was not an only child. 4 sisters, envious of her beauty and jealous of her power, also lived in the mountains. And as every day passed, they became more and more resentful of her popularity and her goodness. So the 4 sisters banded together and decided that they would undo all the good that Helinda had done, and torment her, and be just as nasty as they could. And the 4 sisters took upon themselves the names of the North, the South, the East, and the West, so that they would cover all the lands around them, and ensure that no foul deed would go undone. But for every dirty trick, for every heinous crime, for every little bit of badness they could do, Helinda was always there to thwart them, and turn their horrible deeds into good ones. For remember, Helinda could always see into the future, and always knew what her sisters were going to do, even before they themselves knew. And so when the day finally came when the 4 sisters said enough was enough, and the time had come for them to put a stop to Helinda once and for all. Well, wouldn't she have seen that coming? In any case, one night, while Helinda lay sleeping, dreaming of good things, they sneaked into her chamber and invoked a terrible magic spell upon her. They cast a spell to steal her face. Her beautiful face, her nose, her mouth, her ears, and her enchanted eyes were severed and plucked from her, and each of the sisters took a part of Helinda's face, so that then they would all have a share of their sister's magical power and of her beauty. But Helinda was wise to them and had foreseen what her sisters had been planning to do, and that night before she slept, she anointed herself with a special potion which turned her face into gold. And when her mouth, her eyes, her ears, and her nose were stolen, it did not hurt her and she did not die. And because her features were no longer of flesh and blood, each of her 4 sisters' own face was replaced with a part of gold. But Helinda was cut off from the outside world, alone and with no face. The 4 sisters now rule the mountains and terrorize the surrounding lands, and do all kinds of horrible things. And to repay Helinda for her cleverness and cursing them with a feature of gold, every night they torment her, sending demons and spooks and ghouls and fiends to poke and tear at her and make her feel just awful. They say that the 5 sisters still live in those mountains, and that every night just before the witching hour, if you look through a witching glass, you can see the spirits come down into the forest, dance their dance of torture, cruelty, and pain around Helinda, and that to this very day she still roams the mountains, waiting for someone to make her whole and beautiful again, waiting for someone to bring back her face. The end. And that is a quest we'll get to later in the game, when we wander around the mountain areas. But I think for now, we will end our session rather than go through that door and talk to, I think, the NPC on the other side who's got a lot to say. So, thank you for watching the video. Have a nice day.